Hey guys, this is Sandra with Willow 57, and today is Wednesday, so therefore we are doing Wednesday with Willow. And what I'm going to be doing every week is just kind of videos as to where I'm at and what I'm doing. And today, where I'm at and what I'm doing is still working in these beautiful, grungy, beautiful coffee-themed journals. And I'm kind of working in them simultaneously, if that's a word. Is that a word? I don't know. Sounds good. I'm going with it. Okay. So I have done a little bit more in this one than I have in this one, but I'm just getting started, and here's why. I have been busy grunging up the pages on the inside. So I'm going to give just kind of a quick kind of flip through of, let me get that out of the way, kind of what I'm talking about, grungy, see, painting the pages and adding a little bit of color. I've decided these two journals, my theme kind of obviously is coffee, but this is like my sunrise morning coffee that, you know, you have to have in the morning. This is my afternoon coffee. And yes, I drink 2 cups of coffee a day. Bad days it's 3, mainly it's 2. So 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. So this is my morning sunrise coffee theme, and this is my afternoon, the red and green. And so what I did was kind of went with those color themes. This one's kind of got more of the greens and, you know, the afternoony colors with the coffee color grunge, that kind of thing. Whereas the red one, I went with more of the sunrise colors with the oranges and the yellows and the reds and, of course, the coffee browns and blacks. So this one is noticeably more grungy in style than the green one is. It's just because one of these have already sold, and I'm going to give my client the choice between the 2 of these before I sell the other one. So I did one really grungy, my style, and then one semi-grungy. I mean, probably grungy enough for most, but this one's extremely grungy, and I love this one already. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm adding ephemera to them now. I'm making the ephemera and adding them to them. I make my own ephemera. I do not use digitals. Not, again, that I'm against them. If you use digitals, please don't think that I'm harping on you or thinking that you're doing things wrong. This is just how I do things. I'm a do-it-yourself type of person. I like everything that I make to be one of a kind and original. I do buy stickers and, you know, stamps, of course, I use. But usually more than that, I make everything myself. And so today I'm going to be working on some ephemera, and I thought it'd be fun for you to come along and join me. Here's one that I have done already, and I will go through the whole process of what I did for this and from beginning to end, okay? So obviously, we've got some background papers here, and that's basically where I start. What I do, somebody asked me the other day on my one of my videos, is to show you how I grunge up my pages or my ephemera. Well, my grunge starts in an infancy, okay? Basically what I do is, like every good scrapbooker, junk journaler, I have, hold on, I have, like you do, a box full of scrappies, right? And so when I'm ready to grunge up my scraps, what I do is I go through and I get all of the neutral colored things, you know, nothing that had no, well, I say no, but sometimes I do grab some colored papers, scrapbook papers, scraps like this. I would take some of this too, honestly. But usually I try for the, you know, the stuff that's just neutral, right? And I just lay them out piece by piece on my desk. I get the color scheme that I want and paints and whatever, and I just go to, you know, making a mess all over my desk. I just, it's a disaster, a beautiful disaster. And then I lay them out. I put out an old plastic tablecloth in my room, and then after I paint them, I lay them all over the tablecloth and just let them dry, right, and air dry. And then I go back through and I pick them up and I stick them in another box of, well, let me show you. This is my then mainly decorated box, right? This is where I went through, I stamp them, I paint them, I just go crazy, right, with color. And if I'm working toward a theme, then I will use that in my copy. That one can also go in my copy thing. If I'm working toward a certain theme journal, then I will pick colors to paint on to my scraps with those colors. But if not, then I just go hog wild crazy. And sometimes I do this too. I take whole pages out of books. If I got a lot of paint left over from something, and I'll just paint whole pages, and then I'll stick them in here, and I can either use this as a whole page in a journal, or I can tear it up and use it as, you know, background too, like these, right? So then if I have this box, no, I don't need to be in there. If I have this box of already painted grungy stuff, when I go to do a journal, say like my coffee theme journals, what I did when I was getting ready to do my coffee theme journals was I picked through here and I found ephemera, I mean scraps that match the color theme or the theme of what I'm working on. And then I put that into a total different box of, you know, what I'm currently working on, right? So anyway, that's how I grunge my papers up. I love doing it this way. You just mark it up, right? You take your pens, your stamps, you just make a mess, man. It's a beautiful, chaotic mess. And, you know, then you lay it around and you've got paper laying around in your floor. It's fun. It's just fun. And that's how I do it. And then when it comes time for me to make ephemera for my journals, I then will take these scraps that I have colored. And again, I pick out the colors that match the theme that I'm working on. And, you know, or kind of go with it kind of thing. And then I make franken paper with it. Or a masterboard, a small masterboard. I have done it to where I make the larger masterboards and then cut it down and use that to make the ephemera. Honestly, more times than not, though, what I normally will do is use these. What are they called? You know. Index cards. Thank you. And I have various sizes of index cards that I always have on hand that are already, I tea dye, and then I put them away. And then whenever I'm ready for them, there they are. And then I just glue on, you know, franken paper. You know, masterboard, whatever you want to call it. And then from there, well, I'll do one with you. And so we can see, okay? We'll do this one. Put that aside. This is a different process, and I will show you this next, okay? Okay, so here is one that I'd already gotten the index card, right? And I found some pieces that I liked, and I just stuck them on there, willy-nilly. I did a little bit of stamping on top of it. And then the next thing that I would probably do with this one is a little bit of Mod Podge. So let's go ahead and do that. I do make my own Mod Podge. No, gesso. Well, I actually make my own Mod Podge too, but this is gesso. This is gesso, not Mod Podge. And I do make both of those myself. And I use just white paint, water, and glue, and baby powder. And I can make it to any consistency that I want, considering how much water, glue, or baby powder that I put in. And I just mix it up to a consistency that I like so. And voila, I have gesso. And then I just bring this over this to kind of give it a little bit of cohesiveness and add another layer. You know, be all about them layers. And then I would dry it. Okay, so this is dry. And then my next step, and sometimes, to be honest with you, I don't dry it completely. And the reason why I don't always dry it completely is because sometimes I like the look of putting the Distress ink on slightly wet gesso. And I use a different brush, obviously. I have a brush that's kind of, you know, yucky anyway, and so it doesn't really bother me to get a little bit of wet gesso in this brush because it's kind of what I use it for. This one is dry, though, so it doesn't matter. But I do like that sometimes whenever it's still kind of wet, if you bring a Distress ink over it, it kind of clumps it up and makes it even more grungy. So just a tip for you out there. And then I grunge it. Again, every layer is grunge, right? That's my theme. Hope I'm not shaking the table too bad. Okay, so then after that, that's when I start adding the focal points, right? And again, I don't, you know, it depends on the theme that you're using. I use a lot of stickers. These are handmade, that I made stickers. And my people, I've said in previous videos, my paper dolls I get from old yearbooks, okay? So that's where I get my stuff from. So I kind of had this already. Oh, she needs to be grunged. I mean, this needs to be grunged. That right there. So again, just kind of grunge it. Because white is not my friend, right? Grunge. If you're grungy, you're not white. You're not clean. Right? You do. Alright. So. Now I was kind of thinking putting her somewhere like this. Maybe even in the middle. Putting this. I'm not covering up to 57 because I'm Willow 57 and, you know, you don't cover that up. Put this here. Like so. Maybe put the... And again, I've kind of already messed with this and thought this through. My process is usually not this fast. I'm really actually slow at it. One of the reasons why I've been so hesitant of doing process videos anyway. And then I'm going to, you know, put that there and have this kind of as a frame. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why I haven't done process videos is because I tend to be pretty slow at it. You know, I try not to be. I try to be like, okay, just make a decision and go with it. But some days that's easier done than others. You know what I mean? So, and I just, you know, when I'm watching a video and somebody's taking forever to make a decision on something, it drives me nuts. So I don't want to be that person. Like, come on, just put something down. But that's all right. We all work at our own pace. That's the fun of this, right? So there's that. So I hope you guys have had a good week. We are currently in the vehicle crisis. Crazy story. I have a Nissan Juke, which I absolutely love, and I've had it for 7 years. It's been paid off for a couple of years, and it's been really nice not having a car payment. And so we've been trying to put that off as long as possible. Well, recently my car has gotten some kind of bad shimmy to it, so we took it to our mechanic, and he looked at it, and it's the transmission. Yippee. So obviously it is time for us to, you know, make that decision. Are we going to pay to get a transmission or get a new vehicle? And we're leaning toward a new vehicle. Well, that same week, I had to borrow my daughter's car to go out of town to a friend's church, and it drove great for me. Had no issues with the car whatsoever, her truck whatsoever. The next day I had to run to the post office to mail an order, and her truck was not working. It just kept dying on me. So I've got my car over there with a bad transmission. Her truck is, you know, not working for whatever reason. And then my husband's brakes decided to go out the same week. So we've been having all kinds of fun with vehicles this week. But that's all right. We know that when we serve God, that He takes care of us. And He always has. Absolutely always has. Provided our every need. He is faithful to that. And He will be faithful in this. And I might get a new car out of it. So win-win, right? All right. So there's that, and then that. Cute, right? I like it. I'm good with that. Let's do it. Look at me making a decision. Yay! I have ordered, I'm out of coffee stickers. I think this one's my last one. And I've ordered me some more. They're taking forever to get here. It's the slowest I think Amazon has ever been. Of course, when I need them the most, right? It wasn't just a fun order. It was a need order. And that's when we're... Oh, wait. I need to put her down first. That's when we're going to be the slowest. That's all right. It'll all work out. I got glue sticks coming. So I'm having to use my white glue and everything. Sorry. All right. So then her here... And then this thing. Oops. All right, so there's that. Then my theme, this in the journals that I'm doing, the coffee journals, I'm doing the black tags on all of my journaling cards, at least the big ones. So I will add, and I've got a bunch pre-cut already. Look at me planning ahead. I'm so proud of me. Like a so. And then, you know what? I should have rounded the corners first. Look at me not planning ahead. All right, we can do this. We got this. No biggie. I'm going to take that back off for a second because I wanted it up at the top, I think. All right, no, I'm not. It's already stuck. I like it there, don't you? That's what I meant to do all along. And the good thing about doing a grunge theme is it doesn't matter if you get glue stuck on everything. Because it just fits the theme. Oh, no. I'm going to have to use this thingy. Maybe I'll fit in there. No. All right, friends. Did you see this disaster that I've done? I will figure it out. No worries. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Yeah, I am. Maybe I should have used my big bite. That, and like so, right? And then, because we're grungy, another little layer of melting it all together. And then I'm going to bring in my black. And I have this, I don't really know what it's called. It's just black ink. I bought my ink pads before I was really into any of this stuff. I didn't know, but you know, they work. they work. Then I go around and grunge up the sides really good with some black, because black coffee, hello. Add a little bit of black to the background. And then I do the back. Like a so. Alright, and there she is. Today's Good Mood is sponsored by coffee. That is a true story. Alright, so that's one of my cards that I will put in one of those journals. I have about, 60 more to make of these. I'm not going to put them on camera though. I'm not going to show you how to do all of them, because that would be boring, and you get the point. So, alright, but I do want to show you this, because this right here is I like this paper. This is great background paper. It adds a lot of interest to your stuff. You could put it full on, just, make a full card like that. Put this on there. It'd be great as the background and add your different stuff to it. There's enough stuff going on here that you can do that. And the other good thing is that it uses up book pages. Book pages! So, it doesn't matter if your pages are super wide or if they've got good patina. Is that the word? I think. I don't know. So, let me show you real quick how I do these, because I do need some more of those made up anyway, so it'll be a win-win. Alright, obviously, we're going to do our gesso again. And just kind of slap that on there, kind of cover up some of the words. You can do it in different thicknesses all over the page. It does not have to be consistent. Kind of adds to it if you kind of shift it around a little bit. Oops. Now you guys know where I have brown paper as my background. I told you, if you're going to do grungy style, you cannot be afraid to get dirty. You cannot be afraid to get paint on you. I mean, look, I just did my nails today and look at them already. It's what we do, folks. It's what we do. It is who we are. Be grungy. All right, I'm going to dry this with my heat tool, and I shall be right back. Oh, sorry. Okay, so it's dry, and it's curly. It's all good. All right, so then what I do is, my first act is to grunge, because every layer needs grunge. Grungy, grungy, grunge it. Grunge it up. And you can also use black to grunge. Grungy, grungy. Where did I do with my black? There it is. Grungy, grungy, a little more. Just add color here and there. You can add whatever color of this you want. You are free to be, right? And just kind of add some stuff, right? Then, what I do is I get out stencils. And I get out lots of different sizes. I do alphabet, I do numbers. I get out those. I get out whatever stamps that I may want to use. Let me find my stamps. I really like these. They're Tim Holtz. Not real sure, but it's a Tim Holtz. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not great at keeping up with any of that. I have also, and I haven't done this on this process yet, but I have cut me some of these out of die cuts. This was also a Tim Holtz die cut set, and I use these as stencils, right? And then, of course, you got tons of different stamps and, whatever you want to use, right, to make your background paper be what you want it to be. I'm going to be using, like the one I showed you, this kind of look, right? So, just pick one and go to stamping. Now, normally when I do this for real, I probably will do, several pages at once, but for the sake of the video, I'm only going to do this one. And then I have this stamp. And I'll just stick one of these down here in the corner. That's how we say it in the South, as a corner. And then, how about this right here in the middle? There are no wrong or right ways to do it. And that's why it's fun. Because you're just having fun, right? And then you would take your stencil, however you want to do that. And you make some marks on your page, right? You do some letters up here. I'm going to halfway hang that off just to add visual interest, right? Like it's going off the page. Like a so. Then I may do some different symbols over here. Hope you can see what I'm doing. And some will be darker and lighter than others. It doesn't really matter. Again, there's no wrong or right way. We're just having fun, right? And then I'm going to do this right here. Another thing that you can do, if you don't want it all black and white like this, is obviously use different colors, however you want to do that. I'm going to do some more letters across the middle, right in here, I believe. Actually, let's do them upside down, because there is no upside down in grunge world. And maybe that G. How about an L over here? Let's see. Yeah. Just like that. And so now you have some really good background paper with interest that you can add to your ephemera. And it was easy, right? And you can do a whole bunch of those up at once. And then you, again, can use them full page like this. You can actually just, if you wanted to do both sides, you could fold it and put it in a journal. Voila, like that. It's good interest in a journal, like that. Or can use this to put down on your index cards or whatever you use for, you know, making your ephemera. But this is one of the things that I do. And so anyway, that was my video for today. I was just showing you a couple of me ways, nothing new. Most of the things that I have showed you today are things that I've learned from other YouTubers, because I started out with nothing, just like everybody, not knowing anything. And I have a mixture of YouTubers that I watch that gives me inspirations. I also watch a lot of mixed media artists that don't necessarily work in junk journals, but they do a lot with different kinds of paints and inks and that kind of stuff. And some of their stuff I do, and some of it I don't. Some of it is just fun to watch, and it's inspiring. So anyway, that's how I make my grungy papers. And there's, again, no right or wrong way to do it. It's just getting in there and doing it and having fun and making a mess and seeing what comes out of it. It's just fun. And that's what we like, right? Fun. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be making a whole bunch more of those, and maybe by next Wednesday I'll be on to something else. So, but that was today. I thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the likes and the shares and the comments. I just appreciate all of you guys so much. My little YouTube channel is growing because you guys keep subscribing and being my friend, and I appreciate that. I just want you guys to know that you are loved and you are valued and honored. And I just pray blessings over you and your life and your family this week. And God bless you guys. Thank you so much for spending this Wednesday with me, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.